resolutions. So if you're one of them, not to worry, we have called in the help. The author of 8 Secrets to Powerful Manifesting, How to Create the Reality of Your Dreams, is Mandy Morris, and she is joining us now this afternoon to help us out. Hi, Mandy. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thanks for having me.
So quitting on your resolutions, that can be frustrating and leave a lot of people with self-doubt. How do you overcome that?
A huge piece of why we don't end up following our resolutions is that we're not changing at an identity level, and we expect perfection. So I kind of like to think of, if I was going to drive from Arizona to Chicago, I know I'm going to stop and take detours. I know I have to stop and get gas. I might pop a tire, but I don't think that I'm not going to get there because I have the mindset that I know that I will. So a huge part is not just forcing yourself to go to the gym or forcing yourself to read that book. It is, what type of person does this effortlessly, and you step into that kind of identity.
Okay, how do you do that?
So first step would be, instead of let's just go, we'll willpower it, we'll grind it out, which usually within 3 weeks, we're dead in the water. We stop and we write down. I like to journal and write out, who do I think I have to be? What rules do I have? And what am I going to do when and if I fall off the bandwagon?
Okay, and what difference does that make when writing it down?
It usually slows things down. So I like to write things down, and I teach my clients to do that because it allows for all of that mess and that chaos that sometimes happens in our minds to get on paper, slow things down, and see what is actually going on in my mind, because that's where motivation and willpower, or the lack thereof, starts and ends. So we have to understand what we're telling ourselves.
Okay, so you're journaling in this, you're writing this down, and then do you keep referring? How do you keep it going? How do you keep the excitement going?
I like to, every morning we stop, and I actually call it a manifested board, and we get ourselves into the state in which we remember that we can accomplish things. So outside of that journal or what you've written down, you might have certain pictures around your house of accomplishments that you've had. For myself, I'll have pictures of some of the philanthropic work I've done or clients that I've helped, so that first thing in the morning, instead of feeding myself with all the doubts, I stop, I look at everything I've accomplished, and I go, I'm totally capable of this. And all of these rules that I've journaled about, I'm going to make sure that I break them when I need to and rebuild them in a way that's healthy and actually going to get me where I'm trying to go.
So is that a vision board then?
Kind of. So vision boards are desires, what you want, which I love vision boards, but it doesn't work on the subconscious mind. And usually the subconscious is the part that's saying, we can't have it, it's not safe, let's sabotage it. So visions are beautiful, but I like manifested boards because it shows, hey, we already did it. It's not without, or it's not outside of our reach.
Okay, so you have a new book coming out in March. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, so it is the 8 Secrets to Powerful Manifesting. And the book is rooted in science and psychology, which are my backgrounds. And then we go into the spiritual aspect as well, but it's super applicable, very easy to follow, and a really great read for my left brainers who want all the facts.
And so what will they learn from this? Will they learn about implementing all these things that they're trying to manifest?
A huge piece is what I call counter-manifesting. And counter-manifesting is the concept that we are manifesting all the time. We just don't understand what it is that we're actually asking for from the universe, which is why we never get it. And so the whole book is about deconstructing your programming in your mind, what you perceive about yourself and about life, and manifesting properly kind of just comes as a wayside of that.
Okay, so give me an example of maybe something you've manifested as a result and how this works.
I totally live it and preach it. My children, the house that I have, the business that I own, my retreat center, literally the book deal in and of itself was manifested.
Okay, very good. And where can people go for more information?
8secrets.com.
Okay, very nice. And we also have your website, mandymore.love, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks so much for joining me this afternoon.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.